So if you want to follow your dream, it's better to be let's say,
In the middle of
In the
nowhere.
middle of nowhere, yeah.
and
yeah.
to try to elaborate it, and
Yeah.
then you go to the
Yeah.
road. Because-
Already with this.
Because I felt this with
what
my
you-
students, for example, when you teach students, you have influence on them, and
Yeah.
you see how they're changing because of you. Then they go to some festival stuff and they see some films and they're changing because of these films. Then they can go to other school, for example, in Europe, and I mean about animation. And I see how the picture is changing visually because they are in a different world.
Yeah.
So people sometimes want to believe that they are so independent in their brain, in their mind, but it's not true. And even I can feel myself that my mind is not like free of everybody. And so,
I see. Yeah.
So the world and people around you affect
Okay.
the way you think, the way
Yeah.
you really want
Yeah.
to believe that
Yeah.
it's your thoughts, but
Yeah.
actually it's not. It's not somebody's fault. It's just the way the brain of a human being works.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and
that's it.
my idea was, okay, if I can't avoid the influence, I can choose the context that I want to go inside.
Okay. Interesting.
But for this, I need time.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting thought about the creative process. I actually was listening to something similar about this topic this morning when I was working out. And the idea was that, yes, there will always be influence. But it's more like, it's not something that's going to always, I think it's understanding yourself is really important in this kind of context. Because when you can feel the influence, at least you have something to kind of gauge it against. To know, like, how do I use this influence? Or how does it actually affect me? And how's it affecting my outcome? Because it's impossible you're 100% yourself in a sense, right?
Yes,
right.
it's true.
It's a growing, moving
It's
target.
too arrogant to think
Yeah,
like
correct.
this.
Yeah, so, I mean, in a sense, I kind of agree. When you remove distraction and you're in the middle of nowhere, it helps still the mind a bit so you could at least have some clarity. And later, it's like more of a good way to benchmark when you are moving into more chaos, what that kind of looks like and what you want to create.